Using wizards. Utilizing the wizards tool allows for faster input of new patient forms and allows previously recorded information to be carried over to future visits. If your office prefers to use paper intake forms, your Wi-Fi is out, or you have a patient who physically needs to use paper intake forms, the wizards will make transferring their info much faster. Once your patient has completed the forms, you will simply walk through their profile and input all of their information. Once you have your new patient checked in here, you'll notice their profile screen will be blank other than their name and date of birth and gender. You will input all of their demographic information here. You will move on to the case screen and input all of their financial profile information, and then onto the visit screen where we will utilize the wizards. On this screen, click the History of Present Illness button, and then select the Wizards button in the top right corner. You will notice all of the sections here to choose from are exactly like the paper forms. You will then go through and just select and fill in everything that the patient wrote and marked on their forms. To fill in the areas of complaint, click the plus sign and select from the list, and then the more precise list on the right, and then continue to select from the frequency, quality, etc. on the right-hand side here. Then click the Save button. You would continue this process again if the patient had more than one area of complaint. We then need to save and exit out of this screen. You'll notice my Save button is grayed out. We can easily reset that by clicking on and off of something here, and your button appears to save. You will then see all of your information has been put here. Then select the wizard under Medications. If the patient marked None on both, you can simply hit the None on Both button. Otherwise, select the plus sign under Active Medications List and use the drop-down towards the bottom to locate your patient's medication. You would input this information, and it would appear here, and you would do this over and over for each medication. If for some reason it's not listed, you would just have to manually type that in. Do the same thing on the right for their active allergies. If they selected None, you can click this button that says None and save. And when you exit out of here, you'll notice our selections are here. You will repeat these steps for the remainder of the paperwork for past family and social history and for the review of systems. We will also utilize the Wizards button on the outcome assessment box as well. It's important to note that under the patient case tab that the Wizard button is highlighted in blue. Here you can see our button is blue. This will allow you to pull information forward from previous visits. So for example, on this patient, she has a previous visit here, and if for some reason she had a new condition or your doctor wanted you to pull that information forward, so you will see here A to B, and it has the previous date here. If you click that, it's going to auto-fill in what the patient selected on the previous visit. Back to this new patient here. If your doctor is using the computer for their exam findings, they would input the findings in their exam wizard. So under the examination queue, this wizard would be the exact same thing that they would use during a new patient visit if they are using this option. So once they've selected their findings here, you would find them in that consultation and exam button here. And you would manually input those in the exam thing on the right here. To edit the examination wizard options here, you would go to your settings, and then you would click SOAP, and then go to examination. And then all of these are options that your doctor, if they want to add something new or edit something, this is where you would do that as well. And that's how you utilize wizards on a new patient.